Hello everyone, today we're going to present assessment and evaluation. Our group is conformed by Laura Veronica Garcia and who is speaking, Ana Maria Flores.
So the assessment, it is collecting information about what our students can do or what they know. We can do this through quizzes, tests, or portfolios, even with projects. So we can find also three different objectives for the assessment. The first one, it is a formative assessment in which we get a feedback for our students during the learning process. Then is the summative assessment that is at the end to measure the results for them. And the last one is the portfolio assessment that is collecting our students' work over the time and then get feedback on all the process they got. So then is the evaluation that is using the information to make some judgments about the quality and the effectiveness of a program or learning methods. Yeah. So here we can find some questions like, does this work? For whom it could work? Under what conditions could it work? Or how can we improve this learning process or this learning program? We can also say that there are some differences, like for the assessment, we focus more on students. They measuring their progress for them to recognize their learning, and then it is the evaluation that it is more useful for institutions or the directors or the teachers for because it focuses more on a program and teaching methods, like judging their value or their effectiveness, or if it works or not for the students or the context.
So why is this important? Assessment and evaluation serve different purposes. Assessment focuses on improving the learning process by giving continuous feedback to the students and teachers. In the other hand, we have evaluation that judge the final results and determine if the goals were achieved. So together, they help improve teaching, support students' progress, and ensure the effectiveness of the educational programs. Okay, so the benefits of assessment and evaluation are very significant in the learning process. In this case, we have assessment that helps teachers identify students' and strengths and weaknesses, giving them a chance to adjust their teaching and support individual needs. This also motivates students by providing feedback that guides their learning process. In the other hand, we have the evaluation that in this case they measure the overall achievement and learning goals and shows whether the teaching methods and programs are effective. By combining both, educators can improve the quality of instruction, enhance student performance, and make better decisions for the future learning. Okay, so before evaluating or examining, a teacher should first decide what a student needs to learn and then teach those lessons clearly. So we talk about like establish clearly objective. The teacher needs to give students time to practice and also the opportunity to practice, check their progress with small activities, and give feedback to help them improve. After that, the teacher can prepare free tests or rubrics that match what was taught before. And in this way, that sign shows that the student really learned or not.
I consider there are three priorities. The first one is a careful planning. The teacher must clearly define what are the learning objectives and what skills or knowledge and what attitudes she needs from the students at that stage of their learning process. Then it is to be sure that the assessment tools are appropriate for their age, for the context, that it is valid and reliable, and of course that is aligned to the objectives. And finally, to explain clearly the criteria to the students for them to know what are their expectations to achieve. So that is why I selected the careful planning and the clear standard, and finally the supportive environment. And I think that's it. Thank you so much for listening.